Stop scrolling, because if a woman has ever looked at you, smiled, and then acted like you didn't exist, this is for you. I'm going to say something that might make your stomach tighten. Some women hide desire better than men hide fear. Before we go deeper, do this one thing for yourself. Subscribe to this channel and like this video, because what you're about to hear will change how you read women forever. I'm speaking to you not as an influencer, not as a friend trying to hype you up, but as a female psychologist who has spent years listening to women confess the truth they never say out loud to men. And the first hidden sign she secretly wants you is this: she controls her reactions around you too carefully. When a woman doesn't care, her behavior is loose, natural, unfiltered. But when she wants you and doesn't want you to know, she becomes precise. Her laughter is measured, her eye contact is brief, then gone. Her body turns toward you, then away, like she's catching herself mid-thought. That internal stop sign is not rejection, it's restraint. Here's the truth men are rarely told. Desire creates fear, not fear of you, but fear of exposure. If she lets herself react fully, she risks revealing interest before she feels safe. So she edits herself. She answers slower than she wants to. She keeps conversations casual when her mind is anything but. She may even seem emotionally colder around you than around men she doesn't care about at all. I've watched women do this in therapy rooms, describing men they claimed meant nothing, while their bodies told a different story. Tight shoulders, quick breaths, a voice that softened without permission. The mind lies. The body leaks truth. If you've ever felt confused by mixed signals, understand this. Indifference has no tension. Suppressed attraction does. And tension is exactly what you feel in the air when she's near you but keeps her distance. This is not a game. It's a defense. And once you learn to recognize restraint instead of chasing validation, you stop misreading silence as disinterest. Stay with me. What I'll reveal next explains why her distance may actually be the loudest sign of all. Most men walk away here, unaware they were desired, not dismissed, because no one taught them how hidden longing actually disguises itself in real life. The second hidden sign is uncomfortable because it challenges what you were taught about confidence and attraction. When a woman secretly wants you, she may subtly test your emotional stability instead of pursuing you. Not because she's manipulative, but because she's watching for safety. Women don't test men they don't care about. There's no emotional investment there. But when she feels something she doesn't want to admit, her mind asks a dangerous question. If I let myself want him, will I lose control? So she creates small moments of friction to see who you are under pressure. She might lightly disagree with you in public. She may delay responding after a meaningful conversation. She could mention another man casually, not to make you jealous, but to observe your reaction. Does your tone change? Do you become needy? Do you withdraw? Or do you remain grounded? From a psychological perspective, this is called risk assessment behavior. When desire is present, the brain seeks reassurance before allowing attachment. She's not playing games for entertainment. She's protecting herself from emotional exposure. Here's where men often fail. They interpret these moments as disrespect or disinterest and react defensively. But what she's actually reading is not your words. She's reading your nervous system. Calm tells her you're safe. Emotional volatility tells her you're not. Notice how different this is from chasing. A woman who doesn't care won't bother observing your reactions. She won't care if you get jealous or detached. But a woman who secretly wants you watches closely, even when she pretends not to. She notices how you treat waiters, how you handle silence, how you respond when she pulls back a little. These micro moments answer questions she's afraid to ask directly. And here's the part no one tells you. If you stay steady, warm, and self-directed, something shifts. The testing stops, not because she lost interest, but because she found safety. And safety is the gateway to desire becoming action. Most men try to impress during this phase. That's the wrong move. You don't need to perform. You need to remain yourself without tightening. That's what disarms the fear beneath her restraint. If you felt like a woman was watching you more than engaging with you, you weren't imagining it. She was deciding whether her hidden desire could be allowed to exist, and what comes next explains why her jealousy may appear where you least expect it. The third hidden sign is subtle, and it often confuses men because it doesn't look like jealousy at first. When a woman secretly wants you, she becomes unusually aware of your attention patterns. Not who you sleep with, not who you date, but where your focus goes. If you talk passionately about another woman, she may go quiet, not angry, not reactive, just slightly distant. That silence isn't boredom, it's regulation. She's containing a feeling she didn't plan to have. Women who don't care don't regulate. They disengage completely. You might notice she remembers small details about women you mention, even when she pretends not to care. She may ask neutral questions that feel oddly precise. Is she a co-worker? How long have you known her? These aren't interrogations, they're data points. Her mind is mapping threat without revealing emotion. Psychologically, this is called covert comparison. When desire is hidden, comparison happens internally instead of outwardly. She doesn't compete openly because that would expose interest. Instead, she adjusts her behavior. She may dress slightly better around you. She may emphasize traits that align with what she thinks you value. Or she may pull back entirely to avoid feeling vulnerable. Here's the critical difference men miss. Jealousy from indifference is loud or non-existent. Jealousy from hidden desire is quiet, controlled, and strategic. It shows up as subtle shifts, not confrontations, and if you sense a change in her energy after you give attention elsewhere, trust that perception. Men often gaslight themselves here, thinking they're projecting. You're not. You're noticing emotional displacement. What matters is how you respond. If you over-explain, reassure excessively, or try to provoke jealousy back, you break the spell. You turn tension into insecurity. But if you stay present, respectful, and emotionally consistent, something deeper happens. Her mind begins to associate you with emotional steadiness, not competition, not chaos. And that creates safety for desire to move forward. This is why some women seem cool until the moment you detach. When your attention genuinely shifts away, the regulation collapses. What was contained suddenly seeks expression. That's when men say, "She came out of nowhere." She didn't. She was there the entire time, holding back. The next sign explains why she may show up exactly when you stop chasing, and why that timing is never accidental. The fourth hidden sign feels paradoxical, and that's why most men misread it. When a woman secretly wants you, she may disappear right after a moment of emotional closeness. Not slowly, not gradually, abruptly. You share a meaningful conversation. There's laughter. Eye contact lingers half a second longer than it should. The air feels charged. And then she pulls back. Messages slow. Availability changes. Warmth turns neutral. This is not loss of interest. This is emotional recoil. From a psychological standpoint, closeness activates attachment systems. If she wasn't prepared to want you, that activation feels dangerous. Her nervous system doesn't say, lean in. It says, regain control. So she creates distance to calm herself. Women who don't care don't need distance. There's nothing to regulate. But when desire shows up unexpectedly, withdrawal becomes a coping strategy. Here's the part men rarely hear. The intensity of the pullback often matches the intensity of the connection. The deeper the moment landed, the faster she retreats. This is especially true for emotionally intelligent or self-controlled women. They don't spiral. They self-correct. You might notice she becomes polite instead of warm, friendly instead of intimate. She keeps things light, almost professional. That's not indifference. That's containment. Most men panic here. They chase. They double text. They try to recreate the moment. And unintentionally, they confirm her fear that closeness leads to loss of control. The strongest move you can make is restraint, not coldness, not games. Calm space. You remain kind, grounded, and unreactive. That tells her something powerful. Connection with you doesn't require emotional chaos. When that message lands, the distance shortens on its own. She reappears, not with an apology, not with an explanation, but with presence, availability, subtle warmth returning. Men often think attraction is built by intensity. In reality, it's built by safety during intensity. If you've ever felt someone step back right when things felt real, don't assume you scared her away. Sometimes you touched something she was trying not to feel, and what comes next is even quieter. It shows up in the way she positions herself around you when she thinks you're not paying attention. The fifth hidden sign lives in her body language, not the obvious kind, but the unconscious adjustments she doesn't realize she's making. When a woman secretly wants you, her body orients toward you, even when her words do not. Watch her feet, watch her shoulders. Even when she's speaking to someone else, they subtly angle in your direction. This isn't seduction, it's instinct. The body turns toward what feels emotionally significant. She may also mirror you without meaning to. You cross your arms, she does moments later. You lean back, she follows. Psychological mirroring happens when the brain is attuned, not when it's indifferent. It's a sign of subconscious alignment. Here's something women rarely admit. When they're hiding desire, they become hyper-aware of their physical presence around you. She adjusts her hair, changes posture, smooths clothing. Not dramatically, just enough to feel composed. That's not vanity, that's preparation. You might notice her voice soften when she speaks to you, even if her words stay neutral. Tone leaks emotion when language is restrained. Men often miss this because they listen for content instead of cadence. There's also proximity. She finds reasons to be near without making it obvious, standing closer than necessary, sitting within your peripheral vision, passing by you more often than coincidence allows. These movements are low-risk ways to feel connection without exposure. But here's the most important detail. When you move closer, she doesn't immediately pull away. There's a pause, a microsecond where her body decides. That hesitation is everything. It's the moment desire negotiates with self-control. A woman who doesn't want you creates immediate distance. No hesitation, no conflict, just space. If you've felt this silent negotiation in her presence, trust it. Your nervous system reads what words conceal. And here's where men go wrong. They escalate physically to test the signal. That's unnecessary and often disruptive. The signal isn't an invitation for pressure. It's an indication of interest, wrapped in caution. Respond by staying present, not invasive. Confident, not forceful. Let her body learn that being near you feels safe, not demanding. Because when her body stops bracing, when adjustments turn into comfort, her mind follows. The next sign reveals why she may seek your opinion more than your attention, and why that matters far more than compliments ever could. The sixth hidden sign is one of the most revealing, yet most misunderstood. When a woman secretly wants you, she values your perspective more than your approval. She asks what you think, not because she's unsure, but because your mind has emotional weight to her. She might ask your opinion on decisions she's already capable of making. Career moves, personal choices, social situations. On the surface, it looks casual. Underneath, it's attachment forming. She's integrating you into her internal decision-making process. Women don't do this with men they don't care about. They might accept advice, but they don't seek perspective. Perspective implies respect, emotional relevance, influence. Notice how she listens. Not just politely, but attentively. She remembers what you say and references it later. That's not flattery, that's incorporation. Your voice begins to live in her mind when you're not there. Psychologically, this is a precursor to emotional bonding. Before desire becomes action, it becomes consideration. She starts imagining how you would see things. That's intimacy without exposure. And here's the key detail. She doesn't always agree with you. That's intentional. Agreement would feel too revealing. Instead, she engages, challenges, explores. Because engagement keeps connection alive without admitting interest. Men often mistake this for friend zone behavior. It's not. Indifference doesn't debate. Indifference disengages. This back and forth is emotional presence. What matters is how you respond. If you try to impress, dominate, or perform intellect, you shift the dynamic into insecurity. But if you speak honestly, grounded in your values without trying to win, you create something rare, intellectual safety. That safety deepens attraction faster than charm ever could. Over time, you'll notice something else. She shares personal thoughts, but frames them neutrally. I was thinking about something you said. That sentence carries more weight than any flirtation. It means you stayed with her after the conversation ended. When a woman starts mentally checking in with you, desire is already active. She's just protecting herself from naming it. And the final sign ties all of this together. It explains the moment when pretending becomes impossible and why it often arrives when you least expect it.